2 seasons, America's most talented bladesmiths have faced off in the ultimate competition,
Getting pretty hot in the kitchen.
making some of history's deadliest weapons. Now, with the stakes higher than ever, a new batch of bladesmiths enter the forge to test their skills.
Whoa, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Only one will take home $10,000 and be crowned Forged in Fire champion.
My name is Brandon Brink, and I've been a bladesmith now for about 3 years. I'm actually a big baby at heart. I'm a sensitive Viking, I guess you could say.
My name is Pete Winkler. I'm 63 years old, and I've been bladesmithing and forging knives for about 4 years. I was born to be a knife maker, but I'm a grandpa first. We have 24 grandchildren, and I look forward to just passing the craft on.
My name is April Franklin. I'm 43. I made my first knife in 1999. I'm a woman in a man's field. I ain't here to get a pedicure. I mean, I want to make the best knife I can and hopefully walk out of here with $10,000.
My name's Joe Smith. I'm from Jinx, Oklahoma. I got my start as a bladesmith because of my father. He's been a taxidermist and hunting guide for all of my life and using a knife every day. My dad's my hero.
Bladesmiths, welcome to the Junkyard. You're here for 3 rounds of edged weapon making competition designed to test every aspect of your blade making capabilities. At the end of each round, you will present your work to our panel of expert judges. World-renowned master bladesmith Jason Knight. Internationally known historic weapons recreation specialist and swordsmith David Baker. And last, globally recognized Kali martial artist and edged weapon specialist Doug Marcaida. If you haven't guessed by now, the reason you're at this junkyard is because in round 1, you'll be harvesting the steel that you need to make a signature blade in your signature style from the junk outside this door. And in case that wasn't hard enough, you'll also be using these.
Yeah. We go to this junkyard, and I get to use a coal forge. Wow. Totally in my comfort zone.
Today, you'll be using a coal forge. In the first round of competition, we're going old school. You will have to forge and hammer your blades by hand. There are no power hammers or gas forges here in the junkyard. Keep in mind that in the second round, you'll be attaching handles to your blades to turn them into fully functional weapons that will then be tested for strength and durability in a coconut chop and for sharpness in a sandbag slice. Due to the difficulty of this round, you will have 4 hours to work on your blades with no design period. The blades themselves must fall within the following parameters. The length of the blade, not including the tang, must be between 10 and 12 inches. The overall length of your weapon must not exceed 22 inches. Good luck, bladesmiths. Your time starts now.
Find a piece of junk. Oh, this is my heaven. This is my Disneyland. I love using reclaimed steels. So I'm looking around, and I see all these other different types of steels. I see spring steels. I see flat leaf springs. My jaw hit the floor. I was in absolute steel junk heaven. What I have laying around in my home forge is pretty much all junkyard materials.
Using junkyard steel, you can't really guarantee what you're grabbing. My game plan is to find a piece of steel that's flat, that's about the right thickness that I need, so I can cut down on the amount of work I have to do.
Joe, right away, comes away with a leaf spring.
That's wisdom.
I'm going leftovers. Got it? There we go.
Pete and I both had the same idea. We go for the leaf springs. We know it's good steel.
Let's go right here. Let's just cut the bolt off. That spring steel is a very forgiving metal. It's a wonderful metal to work with. It's one a lot of people start with because it's so forgiving.
I'll glance over and I see this huge piece of tool steel. This is what I'm gonna use.
With the exception of Brandon, everybody picked out a leaf spring.
The problem Brandon's gonna have is he's gonna have to work that down. Right, they don't have to work it down. They just gotta profile and pull it out. Hot damn, son. I see a lot of grinding, and I don't see a lot of fires going. What they should have done was lit the fire first. That coal burning. There's an art to maintaining and manipulating the coal forge. Come on now. Yeah, baby. Give me some fire.
All right, so Brandon's got his forge going.
My game plan right now is I really don't have one. No blade design. I'm just going with the steel, see what it wants to give me.
Joe, very fast lighting his forge.
Game plan this round is just to put something together that should perform. I'm gonna be making a competition knife. Making something that's got a good feel to it and designed to chop. Nothing else. It's gonna just chop, chop, chop. The only concern I've got is working with a coal forge. Instead of being able to heat up the whole piece in a gas forge, in a coal forge, you're just doing little sections of it. It makes it real tricky to chase that heat.
Look at the color of Joe's fire compared to the color of Pete's fire, which is now just a smoky mass.
Working with the hand crank forge is a challenge. Never started one quite like this. I've started coal forges, but this is a little different horse to ride. I struggle with it. I'm gonna try and make a kind of a camp chopper to get done with it. It'll whack 2-inch limbs or thicker, cut a pig in half, what have you. It'll chop.
I'm real comfortable in a coal forge. I've done public demonstrations on coal forges. I'm aiming to make a competition cutter. I don't need to stab anything. It doesn't need a point. I just need to drop this down, thin it out, set this handle, give it a nice shape, make it comfortable. Everything else, if I can get this going, should be fine. Generally, when I work in a coal forge, there's an electric blower, so there's always a steady stream of air going through that fire. With a hand crank blower, if you're not cranking, it's not getting air, and it will die out if you leave it long enough.
You have 3 hours remaining to finish your work.
Thank God. We gonna need it.
It's like a day at the circus, man.
Seems like all I can do today is drop forge.
Joe's really struggling with his blade. It doesn't look like he's up to temperature. It was on the floor just now. His steel doesn't look like it's very hot at all.
Easiest way to get crack is hit your blade while it's cold.
Working that metal cold, you're just building problems into the blade.
Right.
Pete's got some fire issues.
Just been fighting my fire for the last hour. I get it hot and I lose it, and I am upset.
Getting the steel flattened out. I decide I'm not gonna use this big chunk of steel. I'm just gonna use a small piece of it. Come on now. It has to be between 10 and 12 inches long. All right, so I'm thinking I wanna forge out as much of this as I possibly can. Heat, beat, repeat.
You have only 2 hours remaining to finish your work.
Hot as balls.
It is intense, isn't it?
Never, ever enough time. I'm most concerned with getting some of this thickness out. I need to gain a little bit of length, and I need to get rid of some meat on this.
April's having a hard time foreseeing fatigue, which the comfort level is dropping.
I do a fair amount of coal forge work, but this is your hammer arm, and you're cranking, and you're cranking, and you're hammering, and your arm gets tired really quickly. I got a warp in here that I gotta get out. At home, I would have a power hammer, which moves things a lot faster than little old me. Now it's all about me and the hammer.
I'm not getting airflow like I should. Sorry, Brandon.
Good strategy on his part against Brandon. If you can smoke Brandon out, then he doesn't have to worry about him in the first round. Pete needs to dump his ash, and then his fire will work.
He hasn't gone to the simplest things, the parts of that equipment that are made to open that air channel up. They're there.
I realize in the bottom of the forge there's a place to catch ash. If that gets plugged up, you're not going to have heat.
There he goes, there he goes. Hey, there it is.
I get a wad of stuff that falls out of my forge, and all of a sudden I got heat again, and I breathe in a sigh of relief. Oh, I can get on with this now.
You have just 1 hour remaining to finish your work.
Dirt make me look fat.
Damn.
Brandon came out of the gate like a thoroughbred. Now he's slowing down to about a burro's pace.
At this point, my arm's already cramping and hurting. I said, you know what? If you can't do this, Brandon, there's no point, man.
His fire, it looks like it's low. He's not moving very fast. I'm just not sure where he's at physically and mentally at this point.
I'm thinking to myself, man, Brandon, you stepped off into a world of that you can't handle. And at this point, I'm thinking I'm just gonna lay my tools down. That I can't handle this.
I'm really worried about Brandon.
Doesn't have good body language.
I'm really starting to doubt myself. And at this point, I'm thinking I'm just gonna lay my tools down. That I can't handle this, you know? But then I think of my daughter. And in that moment, everything turned around. It was like Thor himself came down and punched me square in the chest and say, no, Brandon, you're gonna do this. You're gonna make it, man. You're gonna show everybody that you can do this.
You got this.
Victory or Valhalla.
I have made way prettier things, but this one is what it is.
April's edge is really turning that nice color of orange. There she goes, in the quench. You have 15 minutes remaining. Woo! Joe's in the quench.
Come on, baby, get high. The blade that I finally came around to making is what's known as a sax. It came out of the steel on its own, you know, and I just went with it.
Looks like Brandon quenched his blade. Still waiting on a quench from Pete.
I've got to get this heat treat done. Looking at the clock, I'm going, oh boy, am I gonna get this forge hot enough to do it?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bladesmiths, your 4-hour forge time is complete. Now we're gonna head back to the forge so that the judges can deliberate the finer details of your work.
I'm not happy with what I've got, but made a knife.
Bladesmiths, welcome to the forge. Now it's time for the judges to critique your work. Joe, you're up first. Please present your work to the judges.
This is stout. Got a lot of material here still, but I think it's got a good feel to it.
Pete, please present your work to the judges.
I like the design very much. What we always say in this, forge thick, grind thin. You have a lot of meat here, but of course, if you move on, you can correct that and make it something that'll move fast and chop as well. Nice job, sir.
Thank you.
April, please present your blade to the judges.
Coal Forge was kind of beating you up for a while there.
I was trying like hell.
One of the things that I noticed, the curve is accentuated. Like if I'm going to chop, I might stab myself in the shoulder here, and that's one of my concerns.
Brandon, please present your work to the judges.
There was a point there you looked really frustrated.
There was a minute I almost just set my tools down and walked off.
Props for not giving up.
I'm impressed at how much you moved this piece of steel. My concern is the tang is very small.
Now it's time for the judges to make a final decision about who goes on to the next round and who has to leave the forge.
The hell was that all about? A coal forge. Really?
Don't cry, dude, don't cry.
Dude, I ain't crying.
Expand your horizons.
All right, judges, are there blades here that are moving forward? No doubt in your mind.
Yeah, Pete and Joe's.
Okay, let's take a look at April's blade.
The way that April forged her blade, we have this very extreme arc in the blade and handle is not a design element, it's a mistake. Now they start to forge here and the material goes back and it doesn't get corrected.
But it's not a fatal mistake.
It will cut, but it will not cut properly.
All right, so let's move on to Brandon's blade.
Biggest concern is the tang. It's very small and very weak. And that coconut chop, this may come apart right here.
But it does not take away from the fact that this guy has some skill. The fact that it's skinny, but it feels like it's got a lot of strength to it. It feels like it's gonna chop and do well.
All right, judges, ultimately, you have to make the final decision. So, Doug, have you made yours?
Yes, I have.
Dave?
Yeah.
Jason?
Yes.
Let's go tell our smiths. Bladesmiths, the judges have made a final decision. It's time for one of you to leave the forge. April, your blade did not make the cut.
April, one of the difficult things when you're forging in coal like that is sometimes your blade will get away from you. So when you start forging a piece and it curves as extreme as your blade did, it leaves for a very small sweet spot and you don't get any leverage when you're trying to cut with the blade in that shape. And that's why we have to send you home.
April, please surrender your weapon.
I know exactly what they're saying. I think I was maybe a little too focused on size requirements and not enough of the design. I wish I had wrapped my mind around that more. But at the time I finished the blade, I just wasn't thinking of it.
Gentlemen, congratulations, you've made it to the second round. In this round of competition, you'll be attaching handles to your blades to turn them into fully functional weapons. There's an entire pantry of materials at your disposal to use for your handles, in addition to an entire garbage can full of junk we've brought from the junkyard. You will have to incorporate at least one piece of that junk visibly into your handle's construction. Got to keep up with the theme. And just because your weapons are made out of junk doesn't mean they need to look like junk. We want to see something beautiful and functional. Good luck, bladesmiths. Your 3-hour time starts now.
All right, all right, all right. Oh, hell, it's go time.
So what do these guys have to do to make sure they meet the requirements we've given them in this challenge?
In many ways, they gotta keep it simple because 2 of our smiths have a lot of metal to move on their blades.
Right away, I moved to the grinder. I know I'm gonna have a good hour to an hour and a half to get my blade straightened out.
Nice 2-inch band of sparks coming off of there.
It's bright too, man.
Moving metal.
Looks like the 4th of July over there.
When I step up to the grinder, I've got quite a bit of stuff to do. It's a beast of a knife, and so I've got to clean it up, lighten it up, and get the balance right.
First thing I want to do is I want to start looking at the materials. It's overwhelming. There's just so much to choose from. I find this nice piece of dark wood. We have to use a piece of this junk, and it has to be visible. Plastic, huh? So I'm looking through this big barrel of junk, and I find like this bumper piece. I'm thinking that's gonna make a great guard. Let's be smart about this, not hurt ourselves.
I really don't think that Brandon feels very comfortable with the belt grinders. He's grabbed an angle grinder over there and is working with that.
When you've got an angle grinder and a small piece of metal in your hand, nothing is anchored. Lock it down in the vise. A lot safer way to use that tool. I don't know about you, but I work with these digits. I want to keep them.
I'm straightening my blade, but I haven't looked at the junkyard stuff yet. That's really what I need to do in the next 2 hours and 24 minutes.
A lot of these big grinders and sanders and drill presses, I'm not used to using these things. the grinder cut right into my finger.
So our medic's on the floor. Brandon just got himself with that angle grinder.
Yep, sounds like it needs a Band-Aid.
I may need a little bit more than a Band-Aid. Hold this, come right back. Ain't having fun till you start bleeding, right?
Brandon's bleeding pretty good. He's already bled all the way through that rag he's got on there.
Man, I ain't going out like this, dude. I ain't going out like this. I'm so pissed off. I'm thinking they're not gonna let me continue on. They're gonna take me out of here and take me to the hospital or whatever, but they're not gonna let me finish.
Bladesmiths, 1 hour has elapsed. You have just 2 hours remaining to finish your work.
I gotta finish this. I have to. Bandage knee up and let me finish.
You're definitely gonna need stitches. If you want to go now, I could bring you or...
Hell no! Let's tape that joker up tight, man. It's good enough, man, good enough.
I wonder if this injury is gonna slow Brandon down and keep him very distracted.
Between Pete and Joe, I mean, they've got to be close to being done now.
I spend a good hour and a half on the grinder, but I've got to allow a certain amount of time to shape my handle, and I still don't have an idea of what I'm going to do from adding a piece of scrap.
I end up spending way too much time on the grinder. I'm thinking, you're way behind the 8 ball here, Bubba. I go to the handle material, trying to find something that's wide enough that's going to cover my handle. It ended up being warthog tooth that's encased in acrylic.
What does Joe have on his handle that's from the garbage pile?
Nothing, yeah.
Nothing yet, right?
The only guy I think that really has the junk material figured out is Brandon.
At this point, I got my guard and my handle on the blade. So I start trying to work it, give it a basic shape.
90 minutes has elapsed. You have only 90 minutes remaining to finish your work.
It's looking really nice at this point. You know, it's all starting to come together. I need to drill it out, pin it, and get my handle set. Oh, on me.
Brandon's handle just broke.
You know, that's it. There goes my chance. I'm done. Oh, on me. Damn it, it totally up.
Brandon's handle just broke.
What to do, what to do, what to do? My handle cracked. With an hour left on the clock, I'm trying to stay focused with everything that's going on. And then, once again, my little girl popped in my head. I can hear her saying, "Daddy, you better do this." So I have to get it done.
Brandon has ripped his handle off. He's ripped his guard off. He's scraping all of that epoxy off. Does he have a chance of recovering?
Yeah, he still can fix it.
While I'm waiting for my epoxy to set up for my scales, I'm trying to figure out how to incorporate this piece of hinge into this knife blade. And nothing I can come up with will work on this hinge.
Joe, who's been our front runner, falling a little bit behind at this point.
I go back and grab another piece out of the junk pile, trying to figure out a way to make this work. I grab a bumper cover, just a urethane plastic bumper cover. So I go to the bandsaw, I fire it up, and I mean, I just ripped it out just as fast as I could go to make a bolster out of it. Well, a bolster's kind of a front guard on the knife. I'm going, okay, just relax. We're gonna do this, and it's gonna be something great.
As I'm gluing the handle up, everything's fitting together great. I'm sweating the clock. If I don't get something in the handle that reflects anything out of that barrel, I don't meet the criteria for the challenge, and I'm out.
Pete has no idea how he's going to incorporate this stuff. He's a little bit at a loss here.
I'm going to put a spacer in the middle of my handle on either side, and I'm going to cut it out of that fender.
My whole game plan had completely deteriorated. I'm freaking out, but I know what I have to do now. Let's try this again. Maybe this time we won't break it. Now the problem is, do I have enough time? I go find another piece of wood, drill the holes through it. Come on. I get my piece of Junkyard on there, run back over to the grinders, and I'm just as fast and as furious as I can. I am grinding the hell out of this thing. I'm gonna step up and do what I need to do.
This kid could be making a comeback. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bladesmiths, drop your tools.
Going into testing, I'm excited. It's make or break at this point, and I just want to see what it'll do.
I got it done. If my handle holds up, I think I'll have a real good chance.
Bladesmiths, I'll be testing the strength and durability of your blades by taking each of your knives and cutting into 3 coconuts. Joe, you ready?
Yeah, let's see what it's got.
Oh.
Joe.
Yes, sir.
The width, the weight, the curvature, everything feels really good about it. There's no edge damage. Overall, you did great.
Thank you.
Pete, you're up next. You ready?
Yes. There's a slight tremor inside as Jason picks it up and takes a look at it. Deep breath.
That's awesome.
Pete, got some really clean cuts there with this knife. Your edge geometry is perfect. I was a little concerned at how thin it was here, but I mean, it comes right down to sharp. Well done.
Thank you.
Brandon, you're up. You ready?
No, but I guess I ain't got a choice, though.
All right.
I don't want to watch. I don't want to watch. Oh, shit. That's one. That's 2.
I got a split handle here. I got a split handle here.
That handle just splintered, man. Oh, that hurt.
Brandon, you got a critical failure on your handle. It came apart on me. And because of that, we won't be able to continue testing.
I understand.
This type of wood is very easily split, and you have a large pin there, and everything that you were trying to do to build it up actually broke it down.
I guess I made a poor choice in handle material.
Because of the failure of Brandon's handle, we will not continue with testing. Brandon, your weapon did not make the cut. I have to ask you to leave the forge.
I had this. I know I did. If that handle wouldn't have broke, I would have had it. I knew it, man. I knew it. I'm better than that.
Pete, Joe, congratulations, you've made it into the final. Now we're sending you back to your home forges, where you will have to forge an iconic blade from history. Are you ready to see what that weapon is?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
The Pandat.
Ho!
The Pandat is a two-handed sword carried into battle by the Dayaks, a group of tribes that have lived on the island of Borneo for thousands of years. Though most Dayak weapons doubled as useful tools, the Pandat was only used in war. Forged from iron, the Pandat features an angled blade and can be swung downwards with 2 hands. An iron crosspiece was inserted through a hole at the end of the handle, protecting the user's hand. The blade was sometimes decorated with hair or rattan plant. Until the early 20th century, Dayak raiders plundered coastal settlements for resources, money, and even enemy heads, proving just how deadly this weapon could be. You will have 5 days at your home forge to complete this challenge. At the end of 5 days, you will return and present your Pandats to our panel of expert judges. Only after they've subjected those to some excruciating punishment in our weapons tests Well, they declare one of you the Forged and Fire champion, who also walks away with a check for 10 grand. Good luck, bladesmiths. We'll see you in 5 days.
It's day one, and we are at my blacksmith club, Southern Ohio Forge and Anvil. I would like to have my blade and the handle forged to width and thickness. If I get that part of it done today, it'll just really boost my confidence that we've started off on the right foot and not the left one. I intend to leave hammer marks in it so it looks like it was forged in the jungles of Borneo. I want it to look as authentic as I can. I hope it doesn't bite me later.
This is home, Jinx, Oklahoma. It's going to be hot, it's going to be humid, but I'm not worried about anything other than an accident or the unforeseen. I mean, have never seen this blade, have never even heard of it, a little apprehensive about building it. 5 days, it seems like a lot of time, but to build a piece like this, it's going to be really, really hard. Come on, stay with me, don't power out on me. Feel what's going on. Oh, wow. I haven't seen it rain this hard in a long time, y'all. I mean, this is kind of intense. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, boys. Damn it! Go, go, go. Stay where you're at. Do not move. Midway through day one, everything's going great. And boom, amazing storm hits. I mean, this thing was unreal. There was some damage done. We had a lot of trees down, took out, of course, the meter and the power lines. Doesn't look like we're gonna get power back anytime soon. So we're gonna get a generator, we're gonna get it pumped up, we're gonna get power and juice back in the shop, and then we're gonna move forward. Yay, we have power. And this was a pretty good setback. It's reality check to go, hey, you sure you got what it takes to do this?
Today is day 3, and I've been told it's Saturday. It's gonna be a cutting test, it's gonna be a strength test, it's gonna be a keel test too. So I wanna draw my spine back so it's a little softer. So it's got a little bit of flex. So I rigged up kind of an ancient way to do it. I've dug a trench to keep the edge cool, so it won't get soft. I've really been fighting the wind with it. About as fast as you get it warmed up, it cools down. I also have to keep water in the trench. When you've got a very hot torch blasting against the water, it evaporates rather quickly. I'm not sure I'm gonna get it done.
Day 4, either we top the hill or we roll down another one. Today's a make or break day for this blade. We're gonna quench this thing and hope for the best. And hopefully your best is good enough. Doing this is about as nerve-wracking as it gets. You just want everything to go nice and smooth. It did harden, but I got crazy-ass warpage right there. It's a bit of a kick in the pants. We're running out of time. Grind, grind, grind. That's what it's gonna come down to. And hopefully get that warp out.
Day 5, we're gonna finish her. We're gonna get her done. I got the edge on the blade. I did some tests with it. Just checking to make sure I'm not rolling anything on the edge. That seems to be holding real good. And I whacked and chopped and hit and chopped. Ooh, that was better than I thought. So I'm content. I could use a good hamburger and a few minutes sitting on the porch before I doze off tonight.
Pete, Joe, welcome back to the forge. You've had 5 days at your home forges to work on your Pandats. Joe, tell us about your blade.
It was a hell of a build. I built one as close to traditional as it could be. The handle's actually made out of a piece of pecan out of our front yard.
Pete, tell us about your blade.
I tried to come up with handle materials. I found that rosewood was native to the island there. A little bit of a challenge finishing up the heat treat and getting the blade tempered, but it went real well.
Well, gentlemen, let's see how they hold up.
Bladesmiths, this is the sharpness test. To see how sharp your weapons are, I will attempt to cut through these web of ropes with 3 identical strikes. If they're sharp, I should meet no resistance. Joe, you're up first. You ready?
Let's do it. It's awe-inspiring to see what these guys have come up with this challenge. Seeing these ropes crisscrossed and everything, I'm a little apprehensive about it because I didn't get to test it on a rope, but it's something to cut. This blade's gonna cut.
Well, Joe, all the weight is at the tip of the blade. So when I come down, it wants to draw me forward. And the recovery is a little bit harder on the way back. You have a sharp edge over here that I almost met no resistance. Overall, sir, your blade will cut. Pete, you're up next. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's do this. Okay, Pete, it is a sharp blade. The balance is light. You have a lighter blade here. It's not as heavy to pull forward. It's a good job. The only issue I have is that I kind of ran out of handle here. I would have liked to see a little pommel here, or probably even a longer handle so it's easier to control and not feel like I'm at the end of my rope, so to say. Overall, this weapon, sir, will cut.
Thank you.
All right, bladesmiths, next up is a kill test. Now, the Pandat was a weapon used by headhunting tribes in Borneo. To see how lethal your weapon is, I will take your Pandat and I will deliver 1 blow to this carcass. Let's see how much damage your weapon can do. Joe, you're up first. You ready?
Bring it.
Let's do it. Okay, Joe, the balance feels so forward heavy that when you slice through this carcass, it pulled me into it and cut cleanly all the way through. This weapon, sir, will kill. Good job.
Thank you.
Pete, you're up next. You ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Pete, the difference with your blade is that it's light. And because it's light, I can use velocity to help cut through this carcass. This weapon, sir, will kill. Good job.
Thank you.
All right, gentlemen, this is the strength test. To test the strength and durability of your blades, we're going to hook them into our machine here, which is going to chop into this bundle of sugar cane. Now, if your blades are tempered properly, they should cut into the cane without a problem. If not, we might get them to bend, warp. Well, we'll see what happens. Joe, you're already rigged up on the machine. You ready to go?
Let's go.
All right, let's do this. All right, Joe. 3, 2, 1. All right, so Joe, now when I pulled this out of the machine, there's a bit of a bend right here in the ricasso, kind of a gap right along the edge of the blade in the guard.
It had that warp when it got here.
It had that warp when it got here? All right, so Joe, now when I pulled this out of the machine, there's a bit of a bend right here in the ricasso, kind of a gap right along the edge of the blade in the guard.
It had that warp when it got here.
It had that warp when it got here?
It's actually offset. It's got a little bit of a twist, maybe a 5-degree twist. I couldn't get it out whenever I built it.
Well, it may have gotten bigger during that test. Overall, the edge held up fine, no damage whatsoever. It's got a good shape. Good job.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Pete, you're all locked in. Ready for this?
I am.
All right. All right, Pete. 3, 2, 1. All right, Pete, you could actually see how much this blade flexed when it went into the cane and came back to true, which is always what I want to see. Definitely sharp, well put together. Feels good. All right, well done, Pete.
Thank you.
Pete, Joe, welcome back. This is the moment you've been waiting for, but before I get to it, the judges have some comments for both of you. Jason.
Joe, I really appreciated the craftsmanship of your blade. I like that brushed finish you did on it. You really demonstrated the bladesmith's art and craftsmanship with your Pandat, and I appreciate it very much.
Thank you very much.
Pete, I'm a huge fan of really authentic-looking weapons. And I think you, by leaving those forge marks in your blade, you created something that, to my eye, is very authentic. But beyond that, it was a real performer. It's a beautiful piece of work. Thank you.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, this is one of the tightest competitions that we've had. It's exactly what we want from our bladesmiths. It was a difficult decision, but that final decision has been made. The Forged in Fire champion is Pete. Congratulations, you are the Forged in Fire champion. Joe, your Pandat did not make the cut. Doug will explain.
Joe, the presentation of both blades performed equally well. So much so that we had to go to the finer details of its performance. The angle of your Pandat being so top-heavy was harder to control in all the tests that we were doing. And for that, we have to let you go.
Joe, please surrender your weapon.
This experience has taught me, like many things in life, to try. Dare to fail. If you fail, so what? Feeling kind of disappointed right now, but at least I tried.
Pete, congratulations. You are the Forged in Fire champion and will be receiving that check for 10 grand. Good job.
Thank you.
Well, Pete, what I really liked about your blade, amongst many things, is, I wanted to grab that thing and cut something with it, and when I felt it, it gives you the woo to strike, it really does want to cut.
How you feeling right now, Pete?
Feel pretty good. I'm feeling like I could just roll on the floor and bust out laughing. It feels real good. Feels real good to win. I'm going home, the Forged in Fire champion, and I know all 24 of my grandkids are going to be excited for Grandpa.